Y'all, drop whatever you're doing, because what I'm about to tell you, it's not just gossip, it's shocking. The internet is going wild, and for once, it's not some random made-up rumor. Nope. This time, the tea is coming from someone who was deep inside the Carter empire. I'm talking Beyonce's former nanny, yes, you heard right, has come out with explosive claims about Beyonce's twins, Sir and Rumi. And let me just say this, people are shook. We all know the Carters keep their business on lockdown. Beyonce and Jay-Z are notorious for keeping their private life just that, private. Remember how long it took for us to even get a proper look at Blue Ivy? And now she's walking red carpets like royalty, snatching awards and front row seats. But the twins, especially Sir, something has always felt off. Like, not in a scandalous way, but in a, wait, something's not adding up kind of way. Fans have been whispering for years. Why do we barely see Sir? Rumi gets a few low-key cameos, a background smile in a photo shoot, maybe a family snapshot on a yacht. But Sir? Nada. And now, the nanny's talking, and she's not being subtle. She's spilling. According to this ex-nanny, both twins are autistic. But, and here's the jaw-drop moment, Sir's condition is supposedly much more severe. That, she says, is the real reason we don't see him. Not a shy personality, not just privacy, something deeper. She claims that Sir has been struggling in ways the public doesn't know, and that Beyonce and Jay-Z, even with all their wealth and staff and help, just couldn't handle it alone. Let that sink in. And get this, the nanny didn't stop there. Oh no, she said something that has everyone gasping. Sir doesn't even live with them anymore. Yup. She says the Carters made the painful decision to place Sir in full-time care at a private facility, not just down the street, not even in the same house. He's reportedly being cared for full-time away from the family home, and now the internet is split. Some folks are heartbroken, trying to understand. Others, outraged, straight up calling it abandonment. Like seriously, if Beyonce and Jay-Z with their billion-dollar empire can't keep their child at home, then who can? It's the contrast that's killing people. For years, we've seen the perfect Carter family image. Gorgeous photos, happy kids, red carpet glamour, all smiles and polished perfection. But if what this nanny is saying is even half true, that image is cracking hard. Now remember, Beyonce has never been one to overshare. But looking back, fans are now realizing she's been dropping subtle clues all along. Like that one interview, Beyonce was glowing, talking about her daughters, calling them leaders, future CEOs, powerful women. But then, when she brought up her son, the tone completely shifted. She said he needed to be brave in a cruel world, that he needed to affirm his own existence. That's not casual mom talk, that's heavy. It sounds like someone who's trying to tell us something without saying it outright. And now it makes sense. It all adds up. Even the twins' birth story, remember that? Beyonce had an emergency C-section, weeks of bed rest. One of the twins' hearts reportedly stopped during delivery. At the time, we all felt for her. But now, fans are wondering if that was all leading up to something even more serious that she wasn't ready to reveal. And y'all, this nanny's bombshell has resurrected every single old rumor. People are digging up everything. Remember when Kanye West posted those cryptic tweets questioning why the twins were never seen? We all rolled our eyes. And Azealia Banks? She straight up accused Beyonce of hiding Sir out of shame. We dismissed them then, but now, people are starting to reevaluate those wild claims with fresh eyes. And honestly, it's kinda eerie. Because when the twins were babies, Beyonce gave us those dreamy first photos. You remember them? Sir and Rumi wrapped in matching pastel blankets, glowing with fairy light filters. Fans thought we'd eventually get to see them grow up like Blue, but slowly. Sir faded from the spotlight. No pap shots, no accidental sightings, no red carpet peeks, just gone. Meanwhile, Rumi, tiny, brief, but present. Family portraits, candid smiles. She shows up, barely, but she shows up. It started to feel like Beyonce was testing how much Rumi could handle and keeping Sir completely in the shadows, and fans noticed. Then came the Reddit theories, Twitter threads, people zooming in on clips, trying to decode every expression, every little behavior. Some said Rumi seemed to stim on stage. Others pointed out how she's always being shadowed by a caregiver or adult, even during casual outings. And now, according to the nanny, Rumi is high-functioning autistic, but Sir, his case is more complex. So complex, in fact, that he requires 24/7 professional care. That's allegedly why he's no longer at home. Now here's where it starts getting really messy. Now let's talk about Jay-Z. Because let's be honest, he's barely part of this conversation. And fans are starting to call that out too. We've seen Jay-Z courtside with Blue. Proud dad energy, guiding her through press lines, cheering her on at dance shows. He's shown up for Blue in every public way possible. But Sir, crickets. Not a mention, not a single photo. It's like the boy doesn't even exist in Jay-Z's world. Some say it's just Jay's style. He's always been more reserved. Others believe he's just as involved in the decision to keep Sir out of sight. But whatever the reason, the silence feels loud. And here's what really has people side-eyeing the whole Carter image. It all feels calculated. Every move Beyonce makes, polished. Every quote, perfectly placed. Every family moment, designed, curated, approved. So when a part of that puzzle doesn't fit, like Sir, it gets removed. That's what fans are saying. Sir Carter didn't get his privacy respected. He got edited out. And it's not that people want Sir to be shoved in front of cameras or paraded like a showpiece. They're asking for something real. Just a glimpse, a moment, a tiny sliver of truth. Because Sir Carter isn't just Beyonce's son. He's a child, a soul, a person with a story that deserves to be seen, deserves to be told, even if that story is complicated, even if it breaks the perfect Instagram feed, even if it's hard, because there's power in being seen, especially for kids who've been made to feel like they don't fit. And look, maybe Beyonce and Jay-Z are trying to protect him. Maybe they made the decision with nothing but love. Maybe they thought this was the safest way, the kindest way. But if that's true, why not say it? Why not stand up for every child with severe autism and say, this is hard, but it's real, and our son deserves love and dignity too? Y'all, this whole thing has turned into so much more than just a nanny's gossip. This isn't just about Sir Carter anymore. It's about what happens when the most powerful couple in the world, Beyonce and Jay-Z, chooses silence over visibility. And now, people can't stop asking, what message does that send? Because think about it. If Beyonce, a woman who has bared her soul in her music, who's told us about her miscarriages, her body struggles, her pain, if even she can't speak openly about having a child with severe autism, what hope do other families have? There's this emotional weight now, like something sacred has been broken. Fans have worshipped Beyonce for years. They've defended her, praised her, studied her every move. She's been more than a celebrity. She's been a symbol of strength, of perfection, of resilience. But this exposed a layer she's never let us see. And for some fans, that's heartbreaking because they didn't want perfection. They wanted truth. They wanted to see real love, the kind that doesn't disappear when things get hard. Instead, we got mystery, silence, a little boy who slipped out of the frame and was never mentioned again. And that's the part that's hurting people. Not because they feel entitled to Beyonce's personal life, but because truth heals. Because visibility matters. Because when powerful people talk about hard things, it gives others the courage to do the same. Sir Carter might be tucked away from the world, but he's not invisible to the people who see themselves in him. Families are out here with kids who stim, who scream, who can't handle lights or sounds or strangers. Kids who are different. And those parents, they fight for their kids to be seen and loved. Flaws, meltdowns, disabilities, and all. And when those parents look to Beyonce and see only silence, it feels like a slap. Because if she can't say, hey, our son is different and we love him just as fiercely, then who will? You'd think someone like her, who has always pushed for visibility, for authenticity, for power in vulnerability, would lead the way. But instead, she's kept it all behind iron doors. And now, the world's asking, was it ever about protecting Sir, or was it about protecting the brand? Let's not forget, this isn't just any family. This is the Carter dynasty. Every photo, every caption, every performance has been polished within an inch of its life. Beyonce doesn't just perform, she curates. She doesn't just live, she edits. And Sir's disappearance feels like something that got edited out. That's what stings. And as for the nanny, she's vanished completely. No follow-ups, no interviews, no clarifications. Just one leak and silence. But it doesn't matter anymore. The damage is done. Pandora's box is open. The questions aren't going away. People are watching clips of Rumi now, pausing every moment, wondering, is she okay? Is that a therapist shadowing her? Was that a stim? What about that lyric Beyonce wrote? Was that about Sir? Is there more she's been telling us without telling us? It's all unraveling. And honestly, maybe Sir is okay. Maybe he's in a beautiful facility where he gets the care, the peace, the love he needs. Maybe Beyonce visits him every single week and sings to him privately. Maybe there's a whole side to the story we'll never know. But one thing's clear. Fans aren't okay with being left in the dark anymore because they've given Beyonce their loyalty, their hearts, their love, and now they want something real in return. Not because they're nosy, but because they believe Sir's story deserves light. His existence deserves affirmation. Not just from his mom, but from the world. Sir Carter is not a secret. He's not a shame. He's not a blemish on a perfect brand. He's a child. And whether he's nonverbal, sensitive to sound, unable to handle cameras, or all of the above, he deserves to be acknowledged, even if it's just once, even if it's just a photo, a sentence, a moment, because that moment could mean everything.